preference would be given to the employees who have vaccine to come out to work. When you get your vaccine, nobody is saying that they're firing you. Nobody is saying that you don't have a job. All they are saying is when you get vaccinated, you'll be allowed to work. Plain and simple. All right? Vaccinate to operate. So think about it. If you have any fears, any health issues you think you might have, you could consult a physician. You could go for further checks and do what you have to do to comfort your mind. The choice is yours. Nobody's twisting your arm. At the end of the day, you have to make a decision. But the company also have to do what they think is in the best interests of the customers and the employees.
And that follow the law that is handed down from the government of Trinidad and Tobago.
Any other questions? Any other concerns? No? So, everybody in here willing to take the vaccine?
Yes, we are.
Okay, well, this is an easy bunch. Are you good to go?
Hi,
Okay.
this is Rapier, yeah?
Yes, Rapier.
Um,
Anita?
I'm very sorry, but I'm not willing to take the vaccine.
Okay. Miss Jana, here you there?
Any of the RGMs on board? They live with Cathy Hill.
Yeah, I realize.
Would I get bump off? Now, Cinda and Francie on still? Monica?
Tracy and Trisha. Nikisha. Anybody willing to share a little piece of nugget with the team?
Hi, Nikisha here.
Thanks, Nikki.
Okay, so in the meeting they also said they were looking at people who are over 18, and we know everyone in Prestige who's employed in Prestige is 18 years and over. Once they are healthy, that they're expecting us to be vaccinated in order to operate. So, I had this discussion with my team members before I came on, and I did explain everything that Miss Katia and Miss Jocelyn said. I still let them know the choice is theirs, but at the end of the day, if we want to work, we have to be vaccinated. It's our choice, yes, but if we want to survive within the restaurant sector, we have to get vaccinated. And as they said, where if it's over 80% of the sector that is vaccinated, we can operate. So think about it seriously. Look at the long haul of it. We have limited time because I think the Sinopharm has expiry dates, and we don't want to lose the opportunity. So the choice is still yours, but think about it and give us a positive feedback. That's my input there.
Thank you very much, Nikisha. Well said. I highly appreciate your contribution.
Anybody else willing to give a contribution?
Anyone from the team members willing to give a contribution as a motivation or idea?
Okay, I just want to say this. Now, the Prime Minister has been saying all along vaccinate to operate. He said if you're not vaccinated, he's not going to allow you to operate. The construction sector was closed and then they allocated vaccine to them and the workers, the employees took the vaccine and they were able to reopen, right? Same thing for the food industry. 20,000 vaccine has been allocated to us. Within the next 4 to 10 days, the sites will be up and a link will be sent to you for you to make your appointment to go and get your vaccine, right? Vaccinate to operate simply means if you're not vaccinated, you would not be allowed to operate. Preference would be given to the employees who have vaccine to come out to work. When you get your vaccine, nobody is saying that they're firing you. Nobody is saying that you don't have a job. All they are saying is when you get vaccinated, you'll be allowed to work. Plain and simple. All right? Vaccinate to operate. So think about it. If you have any fears, any health issues you think you might have, you can consult a physician. You can go for further checks and do what you have to do to comfort your mind. The choice is yours. Nobody's twisting your arm. At the end of the day, you have to make a decision. But the company also have to do what they think is in the best interest of the customers and the employees.
And that follow the law that is handed down from the government of Trinidad and Tobago.
This is the first meeting I had when nobody didn't have anything to say. It was quite a meeting I had. Okay, well, I guess everybody understood everything and everybody willing to be vaccinated. Yay! So you just contact your RGMs and you give them your name because we have a list to submit by Monday for them to get an idea of how much people willing to be vaccinated. And the link will be sent to you. You make your appointment so we don't have overcrowding and cluster at the vaccination sites. And please keep your appointment. Go to the time that you are scheduled for so you wouldn't bounce with anybody and cause crowd and clutter. Okay, people?
All right. Well, I see one of the RGMs sent a clip in here for me that a team member sent to her. Employers can't force employees to take COVID-19 vaccine. And this is what we keep reiterating. We are not forcing anyone to take the vaccine.
That's
what we are saying is that as the government outlined to us, you have to vaccinate to operate. They give us a percentage of vaccination that must be done within the food industry before he gives the the food industry to reopen. Yep. If we do not have that amount of vaccination done, it is his rights and duty to keep the doors closed.
And at the end of the day, we may not have a prestige holdings to return to if the doors remain closed.
Once the doors remain closed, they are not forcing anyone. At the end of the day, it is your rights if you want to or don't want to. However, that is the terms and condition that was given to the country for the food industry department. If at least 75 to 80% is not vaccinated, he's not going to give the green light to open. And that means Prestige Holdings and other food companies, not just Prestige Holdings alone.
It will be all the Marios, all the Royal
food, yes.
You know what's the tedious thing?
For the idea saying that they're forcing us to take the vaccine. That is not true. We're not forcing anyone. We are just stating the directive given to the food industry department. If 75 to 80% is not vaccinated, we cannot operate. If we run into the second week in August and we ain't get to open, it means the doors will stay closed because the company is going to be bankrupt. Because every day that the door shut is sales we're not getting. They still have to pay rent for the locations. They have to pay electricity for the locations. They have to pay water rate for the locations. And they still have to pay whatever percentage for who we calling out to make little repairs when the freezer go down or the chiller go down or whatever. We still have them on standby and call them to do repairs, and they have no money to pay these people. So by the second week in August,
that have stocks that we already ordered,
that had to dump and may have to dump if you don't open in just now, which is in August. We have July in the store. It's going to have to dump. chicken, fries, you name it, what expired in the month of July, everything have to dump. So it is a greater loss again. So if we do not open by the second week in August to make some sort of finance to come in to cover that loss for the rent, the light, the water, the stocks, and so on, the company is going to have to shut down totally altogether. So it's not forced in anyone. We are just laying down the situation and the circumstances on the table so that you all could get a clear picture and understand what's happening. Okay, Kathy, back over to you.
Well, I just want to reiterate the same thing. What it means by vaccinated to operate. If you have your vaccine, you'll be allowed to work. If you don't have your vaccine, you'll just have to wait until you get your vaccine before you're allowed to return to work. Okay? Nobody is firing you, like Ms. Justin said, and nobody is forcing you to take the vaccine either. So the decision is yours. You have to choose whether you want to remain home or if you want to come out to work. Whenever you're ready, once you're vaccinated, you'll be allowed to work.
Hi, good day, team.
Hi,
Also
Katrina.
too,
I get it.
also too, we will also encourage like those who are have questions on the medical health and stuff to make sure and consult your doctor before you go and try and go and vaccinate, because I know that like some of you are concerned if your body will not be able to take the vaccination and stuff. So we are also encouraging you all as well to go and consult the doctor first for the vaccination, to take the vaccination as well. So that's my contribution.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Trisha.
Trisha. Okay, if nobody else have anything else to say, thank you all
Not a
very much
question,
for
not a
your
question.
time.
I want question.
Yeah.
So even when your doctor said you're not feasible to take it, you still won't be able to work?
Well, you
Once you
will
have
have some
medical
form of document
certificate,
from a doctor so that, if the physician didn't clear to take it, so obviously you cannot take it. You understand?
Right.
It's not about us individually who won't take it, a working, it has to be a percentage of the entire industry before he say, yeah, open. And by store as well, we look at it that way, because remember, if you have, let's say your restaurant have 50% people vaccinated and the other 50 not vaccinated, who at risk? We have 5 minutes left in our meeting time. Who you all think will be at a greater risk? Because we interacting with the public and with each other. Well, I guess I ain't getting no response there.
this is the most quiet meeting I've been in for the week.
Yeah, boy. Very quiet.
Well, the meeting was informative, and just let us know when the site's set up. I am interested and I'm ready to come out to work.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Now, the RGMs will be contacting you all as well. They have a template that need to be filled out to submit to HR by Monday. So they will contact you all individually as well to get some information, because as I stated, if you decide that you want to be vaccinated, your family could also be vaccinated. Instead of have to be going all over, you put the name down on that same form and you and your family go and get vaccinated one time. Just like what Mr. Hardy did. His wife and all his children went and get the vaccine one time, the same day. So you all will have a opportunity to do so. And of course, they're offering $150 for transportation fee for those who are going to get the first jab within the first 4 days. They will give you the $100.50 transportation fee, because maybe you and another relative or relatives. Right?
Last time I gave this.
Sorry? All right. Kathy?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
Well,
Timur,
I
as
guess
it was.
yeah, nobody else have anything else to say. Thank you all for being a very quiet bunch.
Yeah. Much appreciate. Have
You're
a great
welcome.
day.
I'm
Stay
sorry to
safe.
disappoint. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Keon Hart from Movie Town, KFC. I realize you all complaining that people not fielding questions. So I don't know. I think I will shake that off a little bit. Um, just one of the questions they could forward to the I don't know any medical staff or whatever. I know for the purposes of travel, Sinopharm has not been an approved vaccine to go to countries like
That's for Europe and Canada.
right.
However, if you did take the 2 shots of the Sinopharm and you want to go to one of those countries, which is Europe or Canada, I understand they can do a booster of one of the other vaccine.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So it would Prestige be making allowances for these things, or should we have?
We didn't ask that question, so we're not sure as to that situation. But I know it's only 2 countries so far, which is Europe and Canada, and that's for now. We don't know what's going to happen later on if they will open up and allow it. But for now, it's just Europe and Canada,
All right, got to hear
not
that.
the other countries.
Well, yes, I aware that much. So I
Yeah.
mean, again, I'm fully on board to take the vaccine, but the thing about it is, well, if I might want to play devil's advocate and speak for the people that don't want to speak.
Mhm.
So again, through all the media and the presentation and thing, which was pretty well done,
Yeah.
considering the circumstances, people really scared about this thing. People don't want to be, because I don't know if you're all aware of this drug called thalidomide.
Go
Well,
ahead, we
anyway,
listen.
no. Well, it's a drug that has been introduced. It took about 4 years to recall. With the scale, this vaccination has been coming out and permeating society. To say, if anything tragic to say happen, that it would require to call it off from shelves and that kind of thing. It's gonna be disastrous in that, I mean, everybody thinking about Walking Dead, zombie apocalypse, or all this kind of things. People don't know what are the stochastic and deterministic effects of this thing, short term and long term. Well, sorry, particularly long term, because short term, I think they said they have, things like fevers and that kind of thing and whatever. But
Well,
nobody,
for the few that I know took it from since it came out from inception, standing strong and going strong still. A couple of them are my children as well, that is abroad. So, the
yes,
Sinopharm was the only one really, as you said, that I heard about not being entered to different countries and side effects and stuff like that. And well, it's only 2 countries really that block that. We don't know what they're going to do because, and as the doctor said, more research are being done, and they pump billions of dollars into getting this vaccine done. Because if they didn't do that, remember this pandemic hit the world, nobody was expecting it. It hit the globe like that, like a thief in the night. So they had to move fast, they had to move quick, and a lot of money, time, and effort was pumped into it to getting something that could at least sustain the public and the different nations to save lives.
yeah, I understand and appreciate that, and please don't misunderstand. I'm
No,
fully on board for taking the vaccine.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm just saying, you said, I mean, ad nauseum, it's a quiet meeting and that kind of thing. So
yeah,
there are people who choose not to speak, that don't want to be put on blast or anything like that.
yeah.
So I kind of take in front for them, so to voice any, I think, concerns that they
I
may have.
understand, but you're going to be vaccinated, right?
Well, for the third time, yes.
All
So, so,
right, Kevin. Kevin.
so, so,
Okay,
so
Mr. Hart. Me
yes.
too.
All right, I'm glad to hear that. But again, I just, nobody wants to be the first bubbly to, God forbid,
Well, it
take the
have plenty.
vaccine.
Well, boy, it have plenty first boobies because millions of people are
Well,
vaccinated.
well, there's what I'm saying, So I mean, I don't want to be a next lemming in the chain and just
Yeah.
dive off the cliff like a imps. So what I'm saying is, nobody wants to be the person that, again, God forbid, give birth to a child with birth defects.
Yeah.
Because the same thing with the drug thalidomide, they release the thing, with the best of intentions. and that kind of thing. And you know, about 20,000 babies born with deformed limbs, who didn't have limbs, you know, birth defects, heart problems, and many of them didn't live to adulthood. So nobody wants to take this thing, and you know, we don't know what are the long-term effects of this thing. I might be the random person that, you know, hey, my head might shrink or something. I don't know. I mean, I speak in tongue and cheek about it, but I mean, a lot of people really have concerns out there. So, I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah, and
as
this
much
is
as
why you see, this is why it's having the different seminars and conferences to try to put people mind at ease and explain to them what the vaccine is about, even what it's made of, because people would be concerned because the time frame in which it hit the market.
right,
So that is a human thing, it's natural, it's expected. But as I said, this thing hit us like a thief in the night. So quick movements had to be made to solve the situation and to save lives, or at
oh,
least sort of suppress it. You
um,
understand?
okay, no problem, understood.
Yeah.
Just one follow-up question about the point I had before about Europe and Canada.
Uh-huh.
I've read literature that said, you know, people that have taken the vaccines that were
Sinopharm.
not approved,
Mm-hmm.
Sinopharm, for example,
Mm-hmm.
they said they would have to receive another vaccine that is approved.
Booster. They call it a booster.
Oh, that is what they call it in the booster?
Here they call it yeah.
Okay. I
Sure.
thought it was Sinopharm Plus or something. All right. So my question about that is, would the mixing or commingling of these two vaccines being in one person's system, what
Mm-hmm.
are what kind of, you know, short-term, long-term effects a
Well,
person?
I wouldn't have the answer for that. That would have been a good question for the doctor to answer. That was with
Well,
Mr. Hardy.
yes, I don't know if you're still in contact with her, but maybe you could feel that
Or we
on
could
my
find,
behalf.
and we could also ask our personal physician as well. We could consult with them as well
Yeah,
and
my
find out.
physician don't want to talk to you. I'm giving him a headache.
Eh,
I'm telling you.
well, yeah, he would know. The doctors will know. They'll be able to advise you accordingly.
All right, all right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks so much for your time. I mean,
You're welcome, and thank you all very much for attending. I appreciate it a whole lot.
okay.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Y'all be safe.
Bye. You too. Keep good, everyone.
Preference would be given to the employees who have vaccine to come out to work. When you get your vaccine, nobody is saying that they're firing you. Nobody is saying that you don't have a job. All they are saying is when you get vaccinated, you'll be allowed to work. Plain and simple. All right? Vaccine to operate. So think about it. If you have any fears, any health issues you think you might have, you could consult a physician. You could go for further checks and do what you have to do to comfort your mind. The choice is yours. Nobody's twisting your arm. At the end of the day, you have to make a decision. But the company